One of my priorities this year is to foster the growth of incubators and co-working spaces for entrepreneurs. We recently took the DTV cameras inside Co+Hoots to check out a true original and the one that started a movement in Phoenix. Now, as you know, helping to create an ecosystem that will help drive that entrepreneur spirit right here in the city of Phoenix is a policy priority, not only for me, but for the entire city of Phoenix. I've had an opportunity to tour many co-working spaces, incubators, higher learning education institutions, and many other entrepreneurs. And now I'm back to square one with Co+Hoots founder, Jenny Poon. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, doing well. So, Jenny, you had an opportunity to see some of what the city of Phoenix is helping to create. I want you to know that your influence is weighed heavily on what we've been able to create so far and in the future. I hope you feel good about that.
I do. Thank you.
Okay, great. Now, Jenny, tell us your story. This is Phoenix's downtown's first co-working space, and it's still moving very strong. Tell us about Co+Hoots.
So Co+Hoots started in 2010 in the downturn of the economy. It started because I have a small business, a small graphic design studio, and I started that out of my house. And after working out of my house for a week and not changing clothes, and like seeing the same people every single day, my husband, who is awesome, but we would start to stir, and we'd need something else. We needed that inspiration that we had when we were working in a team environment, and so we branched out and we started looking at. Well, also our businesses were growing. So we were looking at hiring staff. We were looking at how can we get more visibility? How can we connect better with other people? And we wanted to be in Phoenix. We wanted to do things in Phoenix. So we started looking for spaces, and it was 2009 at that time, and it was still pretty rough for small businesses. So it was really scary to go out and look for a space of our own. You fall into finding leases that would require 3-year leases, a large down payment, deposit, and then just became really, really heavy, something really, really heavy for a small business to carry. And so we thought about how can we make this really easy for a small business. There's got to be more of us in the same boat. Right. We talked about a shared workspace, and we opened that concept up to the general public. How can we get tons of these small businesses in one big space and have them grow together? And that's basically how Co+Hoots started. And we launched in 2010, now it's 2014, and we started with 5 businesses, and we're at over 85 businesses.
So about 85 businesses, separate businesses, actually work and grow and function out of this co-working space.
Right.
That's pretty amazing. Now, about 85 businesses, give us some examples of some of the industries that work out of here.
So we actually have a new startup over here called Ruby Ride. They started out of Co+Hoots just a few months ago, but they've been around for a little bit. They're a car share service. We have accountants, landscape architects, designers, web designers, developers, anything from photographers to writers to app developers. Nice. So it's a wide range, PR, marketing. Right.
And so we were talking a little bit before, and you were just mentioning, and while we were just sharing, if you look around, there are no walls, there are no partitions that are separating these businesses.
Yep.
So they all
coexist.
Right, they all coexist, they all seem to thrive. You said it was planned. Why? Why was that planned?
So there's this concept of serendipity in small business. These chance happenings when you walk in and you get a cup of coffee and you run into somebody that you hadn't met before, and you don't know where those paths will lead. A lot of times, if you're surrounded with people who are doing very similar things in terms of growing business, you learn by those cross paths. And so we want to get people as close together as possible so that those paths continually cross. So we build desks that are essentially shared desks. We build a space where those chance happenings happen almost regularly on an hourly basis. You go to the bathroom, you go get something to drink, you go get something from the coffee shop, you go to a meeting, all of that kind of stuff, you happen to interact with somebody you may not have met before. And those conversations pick up, and who knows, maybe you get new business from that, or you learn how to do better business from that conversation. That's a big goal.
Right, because a lot of these are companies are obviously from different industries.
Right.
But what you're talking about is that shared passion.
Right.
Right. You have someone who cares very much about their business. Or it's an attitude that comes with it, and that can be transferred. Right.
Right. Shared.
Right.
It's a sharing
exactly.
space.
Sure. Absolutely. Now, I'll tell you, and I shared this with you before, but the reason I really pushed for this with the City of Phoenix, I want this to be a policy initiative. It is a policy initiative. We're moving in the right direction. I want the City of Phoenix to be the place to be in this country. If you want to have a startup, if you're an entrepreneur, this is where you want to be. And many people in the past think of some well-deserved cities, such as Austin, for an example, right? And Silicon Valley and Portland. But obviously you've been doing this for quite some time. I have bought off from your passion. So tell us all, why Phoenix? Why is Phoenix the place to be?
So Phoenix has something really, really special about it. There's this huge push for a local movement here. I would credit a lot to Kimber Lanning and Local First and all they're doing, but also the city. Everybody here is pushing for local business. You'll see huge outcry when, Kmart comes to town or Walmart comes to town, because we realize the passion and the courage that it takes to start a business. And that culture is very strong here in downtown. So with that, as soon as you enter this culture and this community, there's already people cheering for you. There's this sense of, I'm for you, I'm fighting for you, and everybody, at least that's the culture that we continually push, and we see in the community around us that you're respected here, and we want every business here to grow and be successful.
Well, certainly, that growth cannot happen without people like you and without you personally. So thank you for everything you're doing, not only for our economy, but just to help that spirit move forward. So I think you're wonderful.
Thank you.